All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Facebook. We are live on 93.5 WVIP FM. Just in case you're wondering whose face this is, this black face here is David Annakie's face. All right, I'm the CEO of the Link Up Media Group of Companies. It's Friday, and I'm always going to be fun no matter what. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to actually say that. And I can say I have the best attorneys working with me. You know, I believe in stepping up the game, and that's something that we have done. You know, we have stepped up the game. We're doing wonders, ladies and gentlemen. We're helping out a lot of people, you know, out there who need help. So I want to say, you know, thanks to each and every one, you know, out there who have been definitely tuning into 93.5 WVIP FM. Okay, hold on. Let me pick up my power card. Yeah, got to plug in my computer here. Tuning into 93.5 FM, tuning into Facebook, and realize that we have some prominent, consistent attorneys on the radio station. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what program, where you listen, this is the only law firm you will need. The law firm is called Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And of course, they handle immigration, they handle personal injury, and a whole other different areas of law. And of course, I need for everybody to have their number, which is 844 PPID law. But this show today is on personal injury, it's on immigration, and my co-pilot, Mr. Adam Handler, has finally decided to somehow parachute onto the plane that took off, you know, earlier. So let's check in with that top attorney, the top attorney when it comes to accident cases, Adam Handler. How did you make it onto the plane, man?
Well, it's all I had to do was reset my Wi-Fi router, and magically I'm able to connect to Zoom again. So thanks for having me. Glad to be on. I still don't have my microphone hooked up right now, but I can do that while we hear from my colleagues. But it is good to be here. It is Friday, and once again, the sun is shining, the weather is sweet, and we are here to move your dancing feet. I am your boy. I am your case handler. We are Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And as Squeeze may or may not have said, this is Cruising with the Case Handler, a show by attorneys for you, letting you know who we are, what we do, and how we do it. Our phone number again is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID law. It actually is a rare occasion these days that we're on with the OG crew. Nelson, what's up, man? I know you're down with PPID. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct. I'm sorry. I was actually, I was on mute. I'm sorry. I was talking, but I am.
And the boss lady, Alexandra, she's down with PPID, correct?
Absolutely, as long as you allow me to wear my colors next time I'm on the radio.
No, there's no Red Sox hats allowed on this show, all right? Only Yankee hats. And CP Conrad, the maestro, Pollack, of course, he's down with PPID because his name is in there twice, so he's got two Pollacks in this game. And then Squeeze, I guess the only question for you and those listening right now on 93.5 FM, are you down with PPID?
Come on, man. I'm very, very smart, man. I'm extremely smart. You want to know why? Because I'm down with PPID, okay? I'm not down with anything at the top of the hour or anywhere else. I'm down with PPID. If you need immigration help, it's got to be PPID. If you get into an accident, it's got to be PPID. Why would I not be down with PPID? And not because I am Squeeze, but just because the firm is really, seriously, realistically, a very good firm and a very straightforward firm that will treat you like family. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in, this may be your first time listening to the radio. According to the Arbitron ratings, there are new listeners every 15 minutes. And we welcome you to this radio show, which is on law. It's brought to you by one of the most prominent and, in my opinion, powerful law firms in New York City. They are located at 225 Broadway with additional offices in the Peekskill area and also Brooklyn. And of course, we do this each and every single weekday at 9:30 a.m., a show on personal injury and, yes, immigration. If you ever get hurt, make sure you call the guy with the Yankee hat that is on Facebook right now, his page, The Case Handler, all right, Adam Handler at 844-774-3529. Also, if you have an immigration question, you can also ask the Red Sox fan, okay, Alexandra Bondakov, okay, she's one of the top attorneys at the firm PPID. And also you can ask the Maverick, I don't know what fan he is, okay, Nelson Madrid.
Probably a Met fan or something like that.
Oh,
You look
really?
like
What
a
does
Oh, it's a
what does
Yankee fan. It's a
what
Yankee
does the
fan.
T-shirt say?
Oh, his T-shirt said Yankee. All right. Okay, and that's Nelson Madrid. He's one of the partners at the firm in the capacity of immigration law. And we've got the managing partner, Conrad Pollack. I don't know. I know what football team he is with, but I don't know what baseball team he is with. Conrad, what's that?
I have two favorite teams. I love the Yankees and I love the South Maryland Blue Crabs.
Right, of course. His second team fluctuates from season to season.
Exactly.
I hear that. And ladies and gentlemen,
South Maryland Blue Crabs in the Atlantic League.
There we go. All right. So, ladies first, I'm gonna ask Alexandra Bondakov to actually give us any quick immigration updates that she may know of or have, and then later on, right after she finishes, I'm going to ask Adam Handler to jump right into a true success story in the capacity of personal injury. So, immigration first, and then personal injury next. But once again, what's more important is for you to join their newsletter, news@ppid.com, or click on the link that Zaina or Ali put on the Facebook pages, ladies and gentlemen, or note the number, dial the number, let it ring 10, 15 seconds. Everyone that is smart out there will dial the number, let it ring on Adam's phone, let it ring on Nelson's phone, Conrad's phone, Alexandra's phone. You are dialing the number of an excellent law firm. The number is 844-774-3529, 844-PPID Law. Miss Boss Lady, Alexandra Bondakov, it's all yours.
Well, thank you. I actually have some very good news to report this morning. On February 24th, President Biden finally rescinded the immigrant visa ban. That means that consulates can resume the issuance of immigrant visas. Just a reminder, that was held up since March of last year. So that's good news. Of course, how quickly people start getting processed at the consulate would depend on the situation locally and at what capacity each individual consulate operates. But it's definitely good news. One thing to keep in mind, though, it may actually not affect our Caribbean listeners, but people who live in Europe are still subject to the Schengen area travel ban. So they can get their visas issued, but they're still subject to those travel bans. Another good news, and I think we've touched on this topic in the past, we've talked about the 600 or so migrant children whose parents were nowhere to be found. This administration in less than a month was able to find the parents of 105 children, and they're still looking for the rest. Not so good news, the H-2B visa cap has been exhausted. The H-2Bs are for temporary workers who are coming here to perform services of seasonal nature. There's a huge demand for those visas every year, and there's only 33,000. So that cap has been reached. However, we're hopeful that the Department of Homeland Security will soon release additional numbers. Those are already authorized by Congress in the Budget Act of last year.
Alex, if I could just interrupt, with regard to the H-2Bs, PPID does a lot of H-2B work. H-2B workers in our area of the United States, Northeast, primarily is the program involves landscapers, people that cut people's lawns, and agricultural type workers, picking apples off of trees and things like that. Those are the most prevalent types of H-2B workers. As Alex said, there are 33,000 visas given out every 6 months. Basically, 66,000 visas are given out per year, and they're split between those 6-month periods. It used to be, I don't know, 20 years ago. I remember when I started doing H-2Bs 20, 25 years ago, there weren't a lot of people doing them. A lot of people didn't know about them. It's a really complicated process. You need an employer to sponsor the whole group. And these are people that basically come here, stay here, do the job for 6 to 8 months, 10 months, whatever, and then go back to their countries. Again, in our part of a lot of the work that we do involves a lot of Mexican workers, a lot of Jamaican workers. They come here, do the work, and then leave. And back then, 20, 25 years ago, the demand for these visas wasn't really that great. And again, I was one of the few, PPID is one of the few firms in the area doing them. Now, these days, because there is such a scarcity of U.S. workers willing to do this type of work, And again, every year it's gotten harder and harder for employers of this nature to find American workers to do this type of work. As a result, more and more companies have started using the H-2B program. A lot of them, regretfully, because it's a really difficult process and it's very frustrating. But as a result of the increasing demand for these visas, every year it gets harder and harder to get these visas, because again, there's only 66,000 per year. And in this, I mean, I just mentioned some of the types of workers that use H-2Bs, but also all of the summer resorts, the ski resorts in the winter. These companies basically use the H-2B program to bring these people in temporarily. They also use the J-1 program to bring in trainees in those areas. But the 66,000 visas for the entire United States per year, that's it. So it's a really limited amount of visas. And as a result, year after year, it's getting harder and harder to get those visas because the demand is just constantly increasing. So there's a lot of competition. Alex was just about to go into how Congress a few years ago did something to recognize the growing demand and scarcity of these visas, and issued authorization to the Department of Labor to release more numbers. Alex, what is it, 10,000 a year they've been issuing additional?
It varies. The first time it was 10,000 in 2018. They've been doing this every year since, including last year. But last year they weren't actually released due to COVID. But if past practice is any indication, we should hear back from them really soon.
Here's something.
My guess is there's going to be more this year. I think the Biden administration released more than 10,000.
It could be more. Congress authorizes up to, I think, 65 additional visas. It doesn't mean that DHS will actually release that many, but it's likely that it'll be more than the 10,000 that they did in.
Yeah, but even that amount is not going to cut it. You could double that 66,000 visa number, and it still won't be enough. There's such a demand. Again, these types of workers, the United States just doesn't have them. They're tough jobs. It's outdoors. It's hard work. And the United States just doesn't have the labor supply to meet these labor demands. And just for whatever reason, and there are many reasons that they throw out, the government just has not changed the program in terms of allotting more visas automatically. Every year they run out, and then everyone has to start begging Congress to authorize those additional numbers. And that's where we are as of February 12th. They ran out of the 33,000 numbers, ran out in a month, and basically now everyone's going to start begging the administration to release additional visas. That's where we are with the H-2Bs right now.
All right. So here's what a question just came in on that. It says, I am currently in the United States on an H-2B work visa. I also have a regular B-1, B-2 visa. My wife is a green card holder and wants to file for me to also become a permanent resident. However, I want to go to Jamaica next summer. My question is, if she submits my filing, okay, would I need to go back to Jamaica to complete the process? And also, would I be able to obtain a new work permit after I leave the US? Would I have to remain in the US once the process has started? If you guys can answer that question, then I'll kick it over to my main man, Adam Handler, on personal injury. But let's see who wants. Nelson, can you answer that question?
Wake up. You caught Nelson taking a little nap.
Yeah,
there.
you did. So in order to adjust based on a marriage, he has to be in status all throughout his time in the United States. Okay. Now, that being said, again, as we've mentioned many times in the past, there is an issue with immigrant intent, although it appears that he has been here for a while and he has been in compliance with the terms of his visa. He's come and gone. So I don't necessarily see that as an issue. But if his wife filed for him, again, in order to be eligible for adjustment of status inside of the United States, he has to have maintained continuous status.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you so much. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, same way you guys have been asking a question, we have our WhatsApp group, the U.S. Immigration Group. Place your questions in there. You can also place them on Facebook. You can also call directly 844-PPID-LAW and just get your questions answered. Once again, that's 844-PPID-LAW. Every one of you out there, let me just say this much. Do not work on your case yourself. Don't. I have seen, heard the horror stories, the nightmares. Do not. This is about your status in the United States of America. Don't play around with it. That's something that you just do not want to play around. Call PPID. They love to do the dirty work for you. Hire them, retain them. Their number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Ladies and gentlemen, let's switch it
Squeeze,
from...
Squeeze, let me jump in. I don't think the person with the H-2B question, I don't think he's doing that himself. Alex, what do you think? Huh?
I wouldn't.
You know, but if they're asking a question, if they had an attorney, why wouldn't they just go to their attorney?
Now that's, well, you know, H-2Bs, you know, is done, typically done as a group. And
Right.
I'm sure it wasn't just him individually. And a lot of times they don't use lawyers. There are agencies out there that just recruit the workers and then just do the paperwork. He has complicated questions. I think he said he's married. Alex, was he married to a LPR?
He's currently here. He wants to get married. The question I think was if the wife files, can he travel back home? And does he need a new work authorization?
All right, let's switch it over to Adam Handler, who has been patiently yanking over there with his Yankee hat, waiting to talk about a true success story. This man is a powerful man, my people out there. Why? Because he has settled well over $130 million in his career. And he's with PPID for the past 6 solid years. All right, Adam Handler is the man. If you ever get hurt in any accident, you need to reach out to him after you've sought medical attention, of course. Make sure you reach out to him at 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID law. The Caribbeans know, the Jamaicans know, the Haitians know, the Guyanese know, the Trinidadians know. Everyone knows that they should go to Adam Handler, the PI man. What's up?
What's up, man? I actually was talking to Nelson yesterday about a circumstance that we heard about. Nelson, maybe we can talk about that for a few minutes. And my associate Matthew Goodstein just said, why did Squeeze say you're patiently yanking over there? Is that what you just said? Oh man, come on, man. Oh, we can't. We're having quite a week, huh? Quite a week with bloopers here. Nelson, you know, we were talking about that at a status immigrant that was working on the construction site that was totally getting screwed over from his employer. We looked into whether or not we can help. This is a New Jersey case. So basically, Nelson got a phone call that I don't know, where was that gentleman from?
It was the gentleman is from Ecuador, and basically he is illegally in the United States. He was at a work site, and his boss hit him with an excavator or pinned him against the wall with an excavator. The employer, yeah. So now this is what happened. So he's working in a trench in a ditch. Him and his colleague, the boss who runs the construction company. You know, they always have the easy job, right? They're either in the excavator, you know, everybody's freezing their butts off, right? In the snow, in the mud, and the boss is in the excavator, right? You know, the heated excavator, you know, with a cup of coffee, probably listening, you know, to you know, country radio or something like that, right? And you know, he's got these guys working in the ditch, and he's not paying attention. They're coming out of the ditch. He's backing the excavator up, and he pins them up against this like mound of dirt, and then they fall back into the ditch, right? That's the way it was explained to me, Nelson. And he gets out, his leg is bothering him, and what does the boss say to him? The boss basically tells him, look, get back to work, just try not to lean on that leg.
Yeah, don't lean on this leg, lean on your other leg, right? The guy's like, you know, is just knocked into a hole by basically a tractor, right? And finally, he's like, I can't work. The boss refuses to call the ambulance. He's like, just go home. He goes home. His wife is like, what are you doing? You got to go to the emergency room. Goes to the emergency room. He's got this leg injury. Now, there's a couple of things we should talk about. Number one, if you're at a status immigrant, you're most likely working off the books. And if you're working off the books, most likely your employer does not have you on the workers' compensation payroll. Workers' compensation is there to cover workers when they're hurt on the job. Doesn't matter if you're working on a construction site, if you're working in a Walmart, or if you're working in a law firm. If you're hurt on the job for some reason, you can file a workers' compensation claim. But again, 99% of the time, if you're out of status and being paid cash under the table, you're not legitimate on the books, and your employer probably doesn't have you on the policy. So the point I'm making is that if you're ever in these situations, rest assured your employer is not going to do the right thing. And we just heard just another example just a couple of days ago that, you know, these individuals who are working hard to feed their family are just victims twice, right? They're victims in the accident, and then they're victims because who's going to pay their medical bills? Who's going to pay their time out of work? And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, that if God forbid you're ever in this situation, or you know somebody that's in this situation, you need the best possible attorney fighting for you and your family. Rest assured, there is no way that your employer is going to do the right thing unless they are forced to do it. And that's why you have to lawyer up and force them to do it. We are Pollack, Isaac DeSico. I am Adam Handler. I am your case handler. This is what I do. You know, you just heard some wonderful, wonderful immigration attorneys speaking their trade. I don't play with immigration. They don't play with personal injury. We all have our specific practice groups that we focus on, all right, and that we excel in. Mine is personal injury. So if God forbid you're ever hurt on the job, God forbid you're ever hurt on the street, God forbid you're ever slipping and falling or the victim of medical malpractice, you should know that regardless of your immigration status, we are here to fight for you. We are here to get you and your family what you are entitled to under the law. This gentleman, you know, the employer's in big trouble here because, first of all, it's illegal to hire an undocumented worker, right? The Department of Labor is going to come after them, but it's also illegal to have a worker on your job site that is not covered by your workers' compensation policy. So it is bad as this is for the employee, this gentleman, this victim, this employer just opened, I don't want to use the word, but it's a you know what storm about to you know, come down on him, because you know that's what happens. These employers, they cut corners. They want to save money at the cost of their employees. And a lot of times these employees, you know, don't feel like they have the right of recourse because they're, you know, living in the shadows, and what are they going to do? So ladies and gentlemen, this is a safe place. All it takes is a phone call to our office. The phone call is free. The consultation is free. Give me a call. I will let you know how we can help you. 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID law. Very, very quickly, just wanted to go over the last case we had for Testimonial Tuesday. We actually talked about it yesterday, but Nelson wasn't on it. I know Nelson loves Testimonial Tuesday. So as you can see, I'm on the website, which we're very, very proud of. We'll go to case results, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening on 93.5 FM, and I know you are because I've been seeing every day my numbers going up, check out the case handler on Facebook. Check out the case handler on Instagram. Follow my page, like my page, and you'll see the people that have come before you, never expecting to get into an accident in a million years. And unfortunately, disaster struck, and they chose your boy, the case handler. They chose Pollack, Isaac DeSico. And here's Brooks right here. A gentleman, $250,000, picking up his check the other day. Sandy, my paralegal, took a picture with him because I was on the phone when he came in and he couldn't wait, but he wanted to make sure that that smiling face under that mask was for all to see. This is a gentleman that got into an accident. Another vehicle ran a red light, slammed into him. And Squeeze, if you could read that quote for me. I'm trying to move this thing. Can you read that quote for me real quick?
Absolutely. It says here, if you get into any type of accident, save yourself some time and call Adam Handler. I most definitely recommend him to everyone. He's the best personal injury attorney you can work with. $250,000 in settlement, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a call, 844-774-3529. For immigration, for personal injury, make the link to the right firm. That firm happens to be PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. The accident man, the case handler, Adam Handler, his number, 844-774-3529. There's no need, ladies and gentlemen, to go anywhere else. There's no need to We take the guesswork out of it for you. Go direct.
You know, and just to add, actually, I got that phone call because this person, because they were undocumented, was afraid to go to the hospital, was afraid to reach out to a lawyer. And that was one of the reasons I reached out to Adam, you know, because I think many times people who are undocumented are unaware of their rights and are afraid, you know, especially when they've been the victim of an accident. So I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, scary stuff.
Okay. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a firm, absolutely 100% definitely for immigrants in all capacities. Reach out to them. Reach out to the Nelson Madrids when it comes to immigration. Reach out to the Adam Handler that you just heard when it comes to personal injury. Reach out to Alexandra Bondakov that gave us the immigration news update. Remember, email news@ppid.com to join the newsletter. Reach out to the managing partner, Conrad Pollack. These are not attorneys that are sitting in some corner office with their feet up on the desk saying, oh, another case? All right, yeah, let John down the hall take that one. No, these are real, live, practicing attorneys on this station, 93.5 WVIP FM. You may not need them now, but dial the number, store the number, let it ring 10, 15 seconds so they know that you are storing the most powerful number for a law firm. Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPIDLAW. That's 844-774-3529. Adam, you want to take us to the top of the hour?
Yeah, man. Listen, we are quality attorneys. We are exceptional attorneys. We do the best possible job for you. Obviously, we can't guarantee any kind of result, but we have a reputation of success. And if you want an attorney that's going to treat you like family and do it right and get the best possible outcome for you, be very, very careful about the people that you trust with your case. Just because they're on the radio doesn't mean they're good. Listen to the message. Listen to who they truly are before you make that important decision.
Check the testimonials, all right? Speak with the attorneys. Once again, I love what this firm has done for my community. I say reach out, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, the number, of course, happens to be 844-774-3529. And we got a major announcement that we're dropping on Monday. Right, Nelson? Right, Conrad?
You don't want to mention it now? You want to wait till Monday?
Can we sneak it in?
I'll sneak it in on tomorrow. I'll do that.
You got to tune in. You got to tune in.
All right.
Before we forget, though, I want to get back to that person who sent that question before. I don't know that we gave him a comprehensive answer. The person with the H-2B, yeah, as Nelson said, if you want to get your green card in the United States, you're going to need to maintain status the entire time that you're in the U.S. But he was also asking about traveling and getting another visa. If he gets married, I'm not sure if he's married already, but if he gets married and applies for his green card, it's going to make it difficult for him to get another visa to come back here. It might make it difficult even for him to get another H-2B. So it's a legitimate concern that he has. I understand where he's coming from. Again, we do a lot of H-2B work, but there isn't enough time on this program to answer those questions. That gentleman or otherwise should call our office and talk to somebody at our firm, and we can answer his questions in more detail. All right. It's a complicated situation. It's not something I'm going to spend 30 seconds on giving him advice that might affect him for the rest of his life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Conrad. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Thank you so much, Nelson. Thank you so much, Adam Handler. I do appreciate you guys. We will do something super special on Monday for everybody out there. However, I would love for you all to tune in tomorrow, Saturday. I'm going to blow up the phone lines and you'll know why. All right. So make sure you tune in. It's the fun part. That fun part of me was taken away from me a little bit over a month ago or more. All right. And I wanted it back. I got it back. All right. So I'll be executing that fun part tomorrow. Everyone tune in on 93.5 WVIP FM for more on that. Once again, thank you, attorneys. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but you are obviously the right firm for everyone that's tuning in on Facebook and also on 93.5. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing weekend.